Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial video on how to use Shoutatyourdecks. So the first thing you have to do is you have to create an account with them. So you just hit create account, you put in an email address, and you sign up now, and then you create an account that way. It's similar to any other client. And then once you have one, you can just hit at the top corner here, log in, and that'll bring you into the screen where you can log in through your email and then the password that you chose. So I'm just gonna put in my email, my password, and that'll bring you into Shoutatyourdecks, and then you'll be able to go to my decks and create decks here. I have 3 decks already built, but I'm just gonna walk you through creating one yourself. So what you would do is you would hit create a deck, or maybe I'll showcase one of my decks here so that you can have a look at what it looks like and how it operates. So when you hit create a deck, it'll bring you into a deck building option where you put in the name of your deck, the description you have for the deck. You can choose the privacy, whether it's hidden, private, or public, and you can also choose what format you want to use it for. And then once that is done, you go to deck, and then from here you start building the deck. The title of the deck would actually be something different than untitled here, and then it would be to start building the deck. You can't actually select anything. You can choose how it looks though. You could choose to have whether, okay, I'll show you with I'll show you how it looks when you add some cards in. So you go to edit here and you add cards, and then you choose search function, and usually you want to start off with your regalia items and your champions. So you just go like this, hit champion, regalia, and maybe even weapons too, you can choose. And then you'll hit search. It'll bring up all the different champions, weapons, and regalia items for your material deck. You go ahead and select them. For this one, there's 4 pages. The duplicates, I'm not quite sure why there are duplicates. I think it's because of FTC, Shoutatyourdecks making a differentiation between first edition and alter edition. And as you go through here, they'll show you all the different items that you can use in your material deck, and then you can just add them by just hitting this plus sign. If you wanted to add it to sideboard, you just hit this instead. But in order to do that, you have to have not selected in the material deck, and then you can hit it into sideboard. Or another thing you can do is, if you accidentally hit it into your material deck, you can just hit it here and choose to remove the card, add a card, view the card, change edition, or you can put it to sideboard. And then once you go back to add cards, it'll keep the filter that you had from before, so you can just continue to add cards. So let's just quickly make a 12 card deck here. Fire Spirit, let's go Fire Rye, and then Fire Lineage Rye, Mana Weaver, and I have 4 cards I believe right now, so let's just quickly add some more. Storm Tyrant's Eye, this, and so this is Astra, and so that's 4, 5, 6. Well, I could just add until I I can skim it down. Just gonna quickly add some cards here. Let's have the Scepter. I know people don't like it that much, but I like it a lot. Add the Ring, because most decks have it. Add the Book, because you need it. And a Tariff Ring. I think that should be enough. Or just in case, I will add 1 more. Oh, is there anything for fire? For fire. go. This card also not very commonly used card. So that's 16, so we just shave off of you, so explosive runes not the greatest. Endura, no thank you. And then let's see here. Crystal of Argus, well that's fine. Channeling Stone and Chalice of Blood. Okay, so now you're down to 12. It shows you the elements here, the name of the card, and then you can also change the view of the card system, so you can have it like this. Or if you want to see an overview of everything, you can go to this version of it. I prefer this version, like in the center. And then we can quickly build a deck here with all the added cards for fire. Let's just make it a mage centric deck. So you can hit reset to get rid of all the filters that you had. I'll go arcane, I'll go fire and norm, and then I'll go class, mage, and I'll search, and then they'll bring up all the different class cards. Still bringing up some material here, but I don't need any material for that, so I'm just gonna continue on. Actually, I can filter it so it doesn't show the material stuff. So let's go type and select all, and then I get rid of champion, item, regalia, weapon. So I get rid of all those items, and then when I hit search, it should bring up just the cards that are relevant to what you're searching. And then from here I will go to pick, let's go Anger of the Skies. This is the win con. Not sure I'm gonna do that. This and this, and let's have these in there for good measure. Okay, I think I have too many now. But I'm just gonna show how a deck would be built. So I'm just gonna put in cards that are usually relevant in a mage deck. Destroy an ally with a mage. Ooh, this is good. Cost less to activate, so cost 3. Alright, so let's have 4 of those. 4 fireballs. Impassioned Tutor is a must-have for Hanchu's artwork, and Focus Flames. This is always a good card. This is good. I enjoy using this. Incendiary Fractal, maybe just 2. Prodigious Mage is really expensive, it's hard to use. Spurn to Ash. And we'll bring in some acolytes here, maybe just 2. And we need these. Maybe one of these. Dungeon guys are good. 2 of these. 2 of these. And 4 of these. Nameway would be good for 1 copy. And then Scry the Skies. Here we go. And then 1 copy, maybe 2 copies of this. Alright, let's look at our deck now. So we have 115 cards, so you want to shave it down to 60. I think I have too many arcane cards here. So I'm going to get rid of some. It's gonna get rid of 1 Anger of the Skies, 2 Conduits, maybe 2 Shocks, 2 of these, so it lowers it down to 108. These are all good, that's fine. This is good. Maybe not so many Rhapsodies. Have a look here. Maybe not so many of these. Might even get rid of this. Spurn Dash, since I run 2 Acolytes, is fine. 4, 1, 4. Maybe not 4 here. 3 is good. 2, 1, 4. Maybe 2 of these, and maybe just 1 of these. And let's have a look at our deck list. 99. You want to shave it down to 60 usually. So let's do like a mad cut here. Let's do some cutting. Let's go down to 1. I remember my friend used to just run 1 and it was good enough. Get 2 of those. We go 2 and 2. 4 and 4, 2 and 2. Maybe just 1 Rhapsody. There's 2 of these. Fireballs are needed. Those are needed. Those are needed. Here, just 2 of these. Get rid of incendiaries. Get rid of this. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe just 2 of these. Fractals and 2 of these. Get rid of this. Maybe get rid of this. It's fine. Maybe just 1 of Scratch guys. Okay, how much did I get here? So it's 70. It's close. What else would I get rid of here? Want Academy guides. I have Academy guides. I won't need that many dungeon guides. But, let's get rid of. We'll get rid of the cards here that supports the conduits. So okay, so 6. You get rid of 6 more. 6 more, you say? Well, we can just go 1 and 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. Well, this is good. Maybe not so much the careful studies. And just need to get rid of 1. We'll get rid of 1 Anger Disguise. There we go. So this will be the deck that you have. I want a sideboard. Let's just put my usual common sideboard here. Add cards. And there's criteria. So you want to add a sideboard, you reset this. You're gonna pick types, and you're gonna pick select and then item. So the reason why I hit select is so that I'm selecting only the items I want to see in the list, and I'm gonna choose regalia and items for the list, and a search. And for a sideboard, I would go for all the baubles most likely. So there's a way to do this a little bit easier. Instead of searching through the list, you just go into the names, bauble, search, brings up all the baubles. So I'm gonna have 1 in each of these. Oh, I didn't mean to add that. So it's gonna go sideboard and sideboard. And then I also like the trinkets as well. So sideboard, sideboard. Then we're just gonna go, and I added by accident a fireball, so I'm just gonna quickly head to sideboard. Then this is your finished deck. Once your deck is finished, oh whoops, there's 1 extra card. Actually wait, 6. So I need 2 more sideboard cards to finish this deck off. If you look at the top here, it says sideboard 6 out of 8. So what am I missing here? That would be good to have. Add cards, search criteria, get rid of this, and search. Well, we can put in the cards I like, which is Explosive Ruin and the Scepter. Oh, we could have also Blood Chalice, but Blood Chalice is a little risky. We could have Abundance here too. Low risky drawing cards for your opponent. Might go for Orb of Hubris. Orb of Hubris might be good, or the Orb of Regret, one of the 2. Let's have a look here if there's any other choice that we have. I could just add this, which is fine too. Yeah, I'm just gonna add this. Alright, so that just adds alignment. Oh, forgot to put in sideboard for both of them. So sideboard and sideboard. Alright. And then once that's all done, you have the deck all prepared. I'm gonna move over to the desktop. So you're gonna see a flash of my OBS here. Actually, maybe I'm just gonna go all away for a second. I'm gonna transition. There's gonna be some music playing, and then I'm going to open up my desktop. So, 1 second. Alright, so now I'm going on to my desktop here so that you can see the rest of the tutorial of how to get the deck onto your save objects for TTS. So the TTS save objects folder is where you want to put this deck into. So what you would do is you would export to TTS. There's some some tabletop tables where they allow you to copy the deck, or is it text export? I think I'll find out which one of these two after the next video I'm gonna do is showing off how to play in TTS. But this video is just to put decks into your save objects so you can bring out your decks when you go to play on Tabletop Simulator. So I'm gonna go export to TTS. It downloads untitled deck, and then I'll just go through my OBS, through my music, and then it's on my desktop now. I usually have my downloads to my desktop just for ease of use, so I can pull it around and move it to wherever it has to go. And then where you want to go is for your save objects folder. Mine is in my quick access, but we're going to ignore that for now. And we're just going to go to documents, my games, tabletop simulator, saves, and then save objects. And you can see I have a lot of decks already in here. And I'm just going to add to testing. And let's add new folder, tutorial. And then I'll open this up and I'll throw this in. Once you throw in the zip file, you just hit right click and you extract here. And then they'll bring out your main, your material, and your sideboard for going into TTS. And then from there, you can start playing on TTS. So for this video, that is pretty much the end of it. And I will just leave it with me going back into Shoutatyourdecks to show you a few more little things, I guess. So for Shoutatyourdecks, I'm going to go here. After you export, you have other choices here. So you have Luxera's map, which shows you the current deck breakdowns. And I believe you can actually click on the deck list. So top cut lists, and then these are the best decks that are out there, basically. For Taiwan's regional, which is interesting. So they got a Lorraine deck here, and you can see here like what the deck is. And there's another deck builder is Sylvie, but for you can actually just use Shoutatyourdecks to build the deck using the list that is in the top competitions. If you want a competitive deck. And then if we go back and back some more, there is spoilers here for alchemical ALC, alchemical revolution, which is the third set of the Grand Archive card game, and you can see all the different cards here shown on display. There's of course your decks. There are decks that people are making currently, which is what's happening now. Mine was the latest here, and then there's some other ones. So here's Tommy's decks that he's trying out as well, and yeah, so you can check out here's my Sunset Override Drive deck, and I'll just go to, and you can sort by like shouts, which is just like their likes. So Limelight's Vanitas Ontario deck is doing pretty good. I've tried them. Sungsu's another good player. Anima I'm not so familiar with, but obviously their deck's pretty popular as well. And so you can see like popular decks being built right now on here. This is your decks. I'm gonna just show off mine. This is Sunset Overdrive. I'm gonna just do it with a list here so you can see it in entirety. So that's how that works, and you can see the stats as well, which is pretty interesting. So you got your allies. Mine has heavily action based. It has the breakdown of your elements, which mine is evenly put between the three practically. And then this is a very important floating memory and also class bonus floating memory. And it looks like I'm missing a side deck card, so let's add one here. I got the baubles, the trinkets, and the timepiece. I'm gonna put in the new UR. So let's have a look at the new UR. So let's go with unique, and I think it's, what was it, R Regalia ring? No, it was the, what are they called? Okay, well, in either case, I'm just gonna check it based on unique. Oh, and it should be Regalia item too. So let's do Regalia. And we're just gonna go down to the card that I am thinking of, which is so what would be nice if they had is a rarity option, but this is the one I'm looking for, the cleric artifact. So I should have searched by cleric, and item is another way I could have narrowed it down, and divine relic. So I wish there's a way to, is there a way to make it choose divine relic? Let's see here. Let's go to edit, add cards, search criteria, subtype divine. Oh, so they don't have divine. They do have relic though, I'm pretty sure, right? A, C, D, E, relic. No, they don't. Okay, so you would just organize it by cleric, and then search, and then it'll come up right here. And this is the one I want on my sideboard. Or yeah, that's the one I want on my sideboard. Okay, so now my sideboard save. You don't have to hit any save button or anything like that. It automatically saves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Settings is just the naming the deck, so we can go back to the untitled deck and go to settings and go let's go spicy salsa for the name of my mage deck, and I could add a description, you, and you hit save. You can choose once again whether you want to hide it, keep it secret, or private, public. I'm gonna leave it public, and I'll save. And yeah, and then finally, the last is card search. You can filter here, look at the cards, and things like that. Anyways, I hope this is a little bit helpful to how to create decks on Shoutatyourdecks, and then how to move it over to save objects in the tabletop simulator. And for the next video, I'll show you how to play tabletop simulator and import those decks that you were making in Shoutatyourdecks. Anyways, I'm just gonna put you guys on the ending screen, and I will head off. All right, thanks very much for watching. Catch you in the next video.